National News with Sandy Ronaldo.
Good evening. We begin with the politics and mass protests leaving the U.S. Capitol in crisis tonight as Donald Trump begins his second year in office without a fully functioning government. The shutdown, triggered by an impasse over immigration, cuts funding for federal services, and as Congress struggles to end the stalemate, protests erupted outside the White House and around the world today. Millions of women and men who support them marked the anniversary of the inauguration with a new sense of purpose and momentum. And while last year's Women's March was motivated by anger, today's protest was propelled by a cultural shift, with more and more women speaking out and saying, "Time's up." CTV's Glenn McGregor has the details.
In communities across the country, a chorus of protest on a range of issues, including abortion rights,
pro-choice, which is not pro-abortion, it's the right to choose,
immigration.
My mom definitely had trouble being a Lebanese immigrant woman, and I take that struggle and I can find a reason to march for her.
Equality for women of color, Islamophobia, and supporting victims of violence against women.
We see them, we hear them, we believe them.
I'm hoping that people can look around them and see their allies.
Rise up!
The marches in 38 Canadian cities today mirrored the hundreds of thousands of protesters filling the streets in the U.S., in New York and Chicago, and pointedly outside the White House and President Donald Trump's Florida estate, where women dressed as characters from The Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood's dystopian vision of a future of female servitude. The rallies come 1 year to the day after Trump's inauguration that triggered massive women's marches across the world in protest of an incoming president infamous for his sexist remarks. Today, Trump appeared to have missed the message, tweeting that it was a perfect day for all women to march and to celebrate the economic success that he says has brought the lowest female unemployment in 18 years. The past year has seen the cultural shift of the Me Too and Time's Up movements that named, shamed, and toppled prominent men accused of sexual misconduct.
When I raise my hand, I am aware of all the women who are still in silence.
A theme of this year's marches, the need to transform those grassroots campaigns seen online into better political representation for women.
Activists in the U.S. are keying on this year's midterm elections, hoping that anti-Trump sentiment will increase the percentage of women elected to Congress, currently at about 19%. Figures higher here in Canada, but still, women account for only 27% of seats in the House of Commons. Sandy.
All right, Glenn, thank you.